Hey, welcome back to another episode of Nomifactory. How have y'all been? It's been a while. Last episode we left off on creating polytetrafluoroethylene, which is a highly important chemical that we use in the creation of raw carbon fibers, machine hulls of the higher tiers, as well as chemically inert PTFE machine cases, which are very significant in that they give us access to the large chemical reactor, a multi-block form of the single block chemical reactors that, instead of only giving us 2 times speed for every overclock, it gives us 4 times speed, making them much more worthwhile to set up and spam than these single block ones, though I really do not feel like replacing every single chemical reactor we have, which is why I present to you this building with some very oddly shaped windows. But yes, this is going to be where most of our multi-blocks are going to be. Now, this is very unfinished so far, but we can, we can start using it once we get a couple of large chemical reactors set up. All that's going to take a back seat though, because what we're lacking the most on right now is infrastructure. Like, heavily so. Like, we only have 6 numismatic dynamos powering our entire base, and we still have the entirety of the microverse shenanigans, as well as the rest of this. So I think it's going to be worth our time to kind of slow down, build our infra, and not get lost in the sauce known as GregTech. And as you can see, I have already kind of started this little preparation for critical infrastructure. Like, here we have energetic and vibrant alloy being passively made, with iron, ender pearls, and gold dust being crushed so that those can be mixed and passively made in these 2 new EBFs. And then over there in the back I have 2 other ones which are going to be for processing ilmenite. And although that is the start of something that we will work on. However, the first step is going to be to craft some more advanced inscribers, get our inscriber presses, and maybe request an interface if we can, which we can. I think it was Annihilation. We can request that, pick it up, and give it a place somewhere here. We can probably set them in like a grid, maybe. I'm gonna need a chest with some conduit in the middle. I'll do something like this. Can have chest, interface, that downwards. Then I can probably put another chest like right here as an output of sorts. And we can put that here and here. I don't like how that looks. Let's use conduit. There we go, conduit. Well, okay, well, yeah, I can't open that. Yeah, let me grab a second chest. Place it here as the output. Gonna need some more filters, which I do not have. Seems like I'm out of everything. And we can start setting filters for these. So here's going to be silicon, here's going to be logic, here's going to be a calculation, here's going to be engineering, and here is going to be our final thing. Put this on insert blue, extract purple. And there should be our little, well, I'm not going to call it little, but our inscriber setup. And then for the growth chamber, honestly, I could just have it here. Yeah, I don't know for this one, actually. You know what? I got an idea. It's kind of cheap, but bam, that should be active. Question mark. Let's see. Charge Certus, some redstone, and some normal quartz. A bit too low. There we go. Fluix. And so now we can set up patterns for this, where it'll be a gold processing. It's going to be a gold plate, a silicon plate, and a circuit is going to give us a logic processor. And then for engineering, it's going to be a diamond plate. And obviously calculation is going to be our Certus plate. I think I forgot to name the interface. So we can grab our quartz knife. We could do inscribers. Place the circuits in, or well, the patterns. And now if we do, let's ask for 16 logics. Okay. There we go. Now if we come over here, should be able to see it in progress, hopefully. Maybe waiting on circuits. Now it's waiting on this. That is slow. And well, once all of that, as you can see, all the things are going in their places. Silicon, was it not this? Oh right, they actually, oh, I'm playing GT, I should know this. They need power, which in this case is just AE power. Oh right. I'll have to do a bit of this. And actually filter in our processor. And there we go. Wait, redstone? Oh wait, yeah, no, this isn't GT. Oh, actually, then I could have the growth accelerator over here. We can pick this up. I don't know if this will transfers power, but I guess I'll keep this not so filtered. Yeah, because I can't really insert anything that's not the Certus plate. So let's see, if we make a Fluix thing with some Certus, some normal quartz, and thing, we get Fluix, which I think should give us 4. So let's see, Fluix, BAP. It was 4, nice. And well, that's definitely not the prettiest of setups. By switching out these chests with crates, and instead of using conduits over here, did not mean that, but alright, we can have an interface. This one will be our pattern one, which means we'll face it down. This one we'll hide. And simply, we can use conveyors. We can export, and then we can import. Get rid of this conduit. And there we go. That looks less ugly. There's our automated AE2 stuff. But it wouldn't be correct to, or an episode of Nomi, without at least one chemical line. In this case, it's going to be silicon rubber, which is polydimethylsiloxane plus sulfur, which isn't terrible, you know, it's not that large a step. However, as you can see here, we can make it in a single step using a single block chemical reactor. But I think it's about time we go big. And what exactly do I mean by going big? Well, we're going to use those large chemical reactors I mentioned, being these boxy boys, which are made up of majority polytetrafluoroethylene, or PTFE. And as you can see, we really do not have much of it, solidified at least. So I'm going to pick some up through some cells, including one that was already placed here. Get some cells, and we can fluid solidify it into some ingots. And I don't know if we need to solidify it into plates. We do, actually. So we'll get a... we'll start producing plates. 17 ingots. Should be good enough, really, for now. I don't know how many pipe casings we need per. Oh, we only need one. Oh, that's not bad. Right, with that we can grab the leftover, grab our stuff, and before we do anything really, I'm gonna set these circuits to craft up because it does take a while, and I'm going to start up doing some stuff to get this LCR ready to go. Alright, and that should be everything in this chest, from energy hatches to converters to the actual controller box itself. Let's build our first chemical reactors. And there we go. There's our chemical reactors. God, they're ugly now that I look at them. But they're probably the best, one of the best multi-blocks currently in the pack. So first things first, we're gonna give them some power. Some of that, and then some funky conduit shenanigans. Actually, Even though I just built them, I might flip it so that the one making our silicon rubber is on this left side. Yeah, I'm gonna do that real quick. Right, there we go. That should be it rebuilt. I'm gonna face it all here. Let's do fluid here. Item here. Yeah, and I don't really have like a specific case for this distillery, so I'm gonna just have that there. Let's do some of this. Then yeah, this one doesn't require any extra fluids. And then connect up this good old conduit line. Then it's the usual song and dance. Let's give it some power. Let's give it an AE connection. So that's getting power. These two things are getting power. Now, um, yeah, I'm gonna need way more filters. There we go. Kind of sad they removed the sounds, but oh well. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's automatically being pushed. And to get normal, we need circuits 2 as well. Not that. Is there like a food trash can here somewhere? Oh, actually, I think there was one like right next to it. Alright, and now we can, on blue, insert. I could do the same with the normal hydrochloric, insert, or no, on the fluid conduit, extract on blue. Here we're going to get this polydimethylsiloxane alongside some sulfur. So let's get some sulfur, and then it should be maintenance on this guy as well. And 2-second recipe for 1.3 buckets. Nice. Now let me go get a super tank for that. And with this super tank, we should be able to just place that here. Yeah, what I didn't want to happen happened. I'm probably going to need a second distillery. Let me make a sign for myself. Get second distillery. Good enough. And after some awesome facade work, everything is now kind of set in stone with the rest of the setups. Though I am going to need something like a limited item filter so that this doesn't happen. But with those chemical reactions out of the way, what's up next to improve? Isn't our infrastructure good enough? Well, not really. If we come over here, we just have one for each machine, which, I mean, it's good enough. But if we come over to our alloy smelter and we look at some of its patterns, well, we're going to be using a lot more dark steel, normal steel, copper nickel, and red alloy. And hell, if we want to upgrade our power, we're going to need a lot more of these vibrant bimetal gears. But if we only have one, it's going to have to run through all 3 recipes, kind of clogging itself. And for this assembling machine, well, as you all saw, in order to create, let's say, more of these chemically inert ones, we're going to need these solid steel machine casings, which is this in circuit 6, but in order to make the frame boxes, we need circuit 4. So ideally, we really have more than one assembling machine so that we can stop messing with this circuit. The biggest offender of this is the extruder. I mean, seriously, we have 8 here. Or well, we have 4 here, 3 here, and there's probably a couple shapes that we're still missing. This is the biggest offender when it comes to needing like 10 to properly automate everything in a sense. Stuff over here like the fluid solidifiers if we need anything, or the autoclave canning machine, maybe even this basic mixture over here, or the compressor for stuff like flux plates. All those need to be automated as well. And something else we didn't talk about is circuit boards. As y'all can see, I'm fresh out. I don't have any more circuits, so if I want more, I'm gonna have to go make more. Which actually I am going to, because in order to make more, I need to get circuits. It's kind of a catch-22, really. And after getting some circuit boards, we should be able to continue crafting circuits. However, instead of doing all of this, I think what would speed it up, well, bread aside, is the HV circuit assembler, which isn't cheap to say the least, but we can auto craft most of these. The only expensive part at this point is the workstation and maybe the robot arm. But let's see if we can craft it. So this, of course, we're going to need some rods. Alright, let's go to HV. Let's get like 6 motors, and from there we'll get our pistons. I remember the eyes of Ender being used for something. Yeah, because we're missing some circuits. Thankfully we got that. Gonna need some more chrome rods, which can just not go through our lathe. And it seems, yeah, I'm gonna just stop this. But it seems like it's gonna get stuck behind our wire mill. Well, there's our emitter. Our motors are done. We can request 2 pistons. And then from those motors, we should be able to craft the 2 conveyor belts. And we can just hammer our way through it. And of course, it's always the gold cable. Though it's only 1, so it should be pretty fast. So there's our conveyor module. If we go over to our robot arm, fudge. Alright, let me just order these and I'll be back with y'all. Well, there's the robot arm. Here's our machine hull. All that should be left is the 2 workstations, which are missing some vibrant alloy bolts. Let's get these 2 workstations going. Which are going to take a while because it has to go from MV to HV and then from HV to the EV ones. And with these 2 workstations, there's our advanced circuit assembler, HV circuit assembling machine. Which means that we can, while we will still probably continue to be using this one, we can swap this to right here. We can request an interface. Let's do a couple things. So let's do that. Let's name it, what's the format I'm going for? Circ Assembler HV Clean Room. With that, we finally unlocked the IV mainframe, which is our, I guess, first gate into IV, and also allows us to make this thing, which I actually might just do. And using these 2 patterns, we're going to make our first mainframe. Using normal stuff, though I do not have half of these. So let's see, mainframe. What are missing? Some more bolts, annealed copper wire, and aluminum frame boxes. Well, the frame boxes are easy. The annealed copper we can equally. I'll worry about that later. And then for vibrant, we need some more bolts, which means going back to this boy. That should be enough for now. We can put these back and onto our mainframe. Oh well, yeah, the frame boxes, which are a simple craft, not using that wrench. And off she goes. Head over here. It's a 10-second recipe for the MV1. It's not terrible. I think this was the processor assembly. Let's see, was it 20 seconds at MV? Yeah, now it's only 10 seconds, which is a lot nicer. Oh right, I'm gonna do this stuff. Allow from output. And then it's gonna do the whole stuff. Though it seems it has it, so I'll come back once it's doing the mainframe. Right, and as you can see, it's starting up the mainframe, but it's 40 seconds, so guess we just gotta wait. I should really stop crouching with that. And there we go. The first tier 5 circuit. We reached Ivy, except we didn't. And what better way to celebrate our mainframe than by completely wasting it? So we can get our thruster. Oh, there's a chest plate. The thruster was still in my inventory. Then we need LPICs, which we should have from creating those HV energy hatches. And then I don't remember what tools it was. Screw and wire. Don't tell me it's because it has charge on it, as if, or do the charges need to match? Alright, let me let this charge and then I'll get back with y'all. Okay. Items charged. Will it work? Or is it because they're charged that it doesn't work? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna just do this on camera. So I'm gonna turn on cheat mode. Yes, I have the recipe. I guess I'll enchant it on my own, whatever. So I'm gonna grab this. Then opening this little trash can, I'm going to get this platinum wire, throw it away. These LPICs, throw it. And then throw away both the thruster jetpack and the muscle thing, alongside our mainframe. And just so nobody complains, there. Everything's fully gotten rid of. And we're now fully dripped. Well, with that out of the way, I guess we could put a HV circ. I guess we could put that there and mark it as complete. Let's get the rest of these up. So of course we're going to need a good couple interfaces. I'm gonna go a good 8. Certus quartz crystal. All right. What did I use this one for? Does this work? Yes. That we should be able to order our 8 interfaces. Except that they're just not big enough. So what we're going to do, for now at least, we're gonna grab these. Bam. Now we now have an 8K. While we're at it, let's get some MV machine holes. Let's get 12. Do I want to tear this out? Or do I want to have it over here? Yeah, I'm gonna have it over here. And well, with most of our CPUs back free, we can finally look at some extruders, which are going to be an amount of circuits. Let's get 16, and we're out of CPU. So we can, right, while we're at it, let's use some of these new glowstone doped wafers, which I made between episodes. Should be diamond lens, though that's still 25 seconds. We can kind of just leave that be. while we're here, we can request these 7 pistons, and all this copper nickel batto just fly away. Yeah, let's just do a stack of 2x copper nickel. That's for 4, which I guess is a decent start. We can get some of our interfaces, pick up our pickaxe, start heading over here, so it's gonna be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and because I'm paranoid about like interface outputs, we're gonna point them all upward, and let's get our, and with those CPUs we should be able to just, what was I going to do? All right, 16 AU. But now we should be able to craft some more once we get to the normal wrenches. There we go. So that was only 4, but we should be able to make some more 4x copper nickel. So there's our 7, and now if we come back over here, we can start placing them down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then our holy 8th, which has been here for a good while now, actually. But yeah, we can move this over here, and let's start going off stuff. So first one's gonna be bolts. Alright, and there's all our extruders so far, but we won't actually be able to see the interfaces unless we connect them, which we can do by doing this. But yeah, we actually only had 7, so if we do extruder mold, or just extruder, one mold that I know we're going to absolutely need is this small tiny pipe one. Or small and tiny pipe. It's a whole thing making that. So it's from small pipe, you gotta get bolts, then you gotta get rod. So there's rod, and you gotta get bolt, and then you get tiny pipe. You can set you here, and then it's going to be the same thing: extruder, MV, tiny pipe. And after adding some bits, there we go. There's our little extruder. And of course we can add some more later wherever we need. But for now, that is going to be it. So if we come back here, we go to interface. Let's do 2 interfaces. And we come over here. We're gonna have to do this autoclave and extractor, though I'ma actually move these. Gonna happen is we're going to move everything, and that's the compressor and the autoclave done and fully automated for now, at least, which is another 2 things, or 3 things actually. Let's do 4 more interfaces, small gears. This is your sole job now, so be proud. Let's send all this back to storage for now. Actually, I remember what I was doing. Interface. I'm so glad I could just kind of do this now. But anyway, I really want to get on circuit board production because it's like it's very crucial infrastructure, and it'll only increase up until I can get the PCB factory, which isn't in the normal pack. I will like put that disclaimer out. It's not in the normal pack. It's a custom multi-block made by a guy in the Nomifactory server, which I decided to use because it looks cool, and plus it's like omega handy. Like seriously, 10-second recipes for a bunch of boards at a time, which you can just overclock. It's pretty free. Bad part is you gotta use iron 3 chloride, which I'm not making at the moment. But back on the recipe, this requires UV circuits. I'll be fine. But back to this, we can get our interface. We can put it on U. And for now, I'm gonna just connect it with this because I really don't have any plans for the canning machine yet. And with that, we need to start getting circuit production. Or well, not circuit production, circuit board production. First off, if we look at circuit boards, right now we're only using plastic ones, which is just plastic circuit boards, foil, and persulfates. Well, persulfates is through an electrolyzer and is in a chemical reactor with hydroxide and sulfuric acid. Now, I'm tempted to use the hydroxide, but with the salt we get hydrochloric, which saves us having to do another thing of chlorine, because this is going to be just passively running no matter what. And then on the other side for the plastic boards, well, it's even more copper foil plus PVC, PBI, PE, or PTFE. I'm going to be doing just PVC for now, though I should probably have PTFE being made, because what else do you use PTFE sheets for? But anyway, we're going to need a chemical reactor. We don't have an electrolyzer. I kind of want to set MV. So MV electrolyzer. Alright, we can request all of it. Let's do 12 circuits. And then I'm going to need an MV chemical reactor as well. I'm gonna need 2 of them, I think, actually. There's our electrolyzer. And there's the 2 chemical reactors. It is 2, right? Yeah, so it'll be 1 for this. Another for this. And actually, I'm going to need 2 MV bending machines. Because we're going to have to passive copper foil. But we're also going to need a fluid interface. Bronze rotor. Easy. We can use U. And that's going to do its thing. And yeah, we're just waiting on cable to craft. But while we're doing that, we're also going to need... because that's... Probably going to have to do an 8 amp. Yeah, I'm just doing 8 amp. But we can do 1 for now. Wrench. Oh, you can grab both already. So there's our 8x red alloy. And there's only 2. And there's our 8x copper as well. We can cover those. Actually, I just realized I made a mistake. Yeah, I made an 8 amp when I kind of wanted to do the copper foil thing more by itself, like right here. Yeah, so mistakes were definitely made. I'm gonna have to use a 4 amp. And I know it's not too engaging just seeing me sit in front of AE2, but this is kind of a buffer episode before we get into the more fun things. Cause going any forward past this point with what I had is a mistake and will cost me dearly. So I hope y'all can pardon the more kind of stonewall episode of me staring at AE2. There's our 2 energy converters. We can get our Cupro nickel. I don't need that much. At least I would hope I don't. Alright, and let's set up, first things first, our copper wire. There's 4x. Connect, connect. I guess I'll just flat interface, yeah. We have to give it a fluix and then some conduit. Over here, same story, but for power. Yep, these are not getting power. We can request copper over here. But it's not going to go in because we need another conveyor. And we're also going to need a storage bus. Here's the conveyor. Import. And it's a 2-second recipe, but you know. There's our copper foil. And then I didn't really leave much space of anything over here. I'll probably just place it somewhere here on the side. So this is going to be our like Aegon divot, which I've been forgetting to make. Right, so we're gonna put power here. For sulfate, or no, bisulfate, persulfate, actual boards. And I guess we can put an actual drawer here as well. Though I was wrong, we are going to need a 3rd chemical reactor for the actual boards itself. No. And after everything is set, here's how the final setup is going to look like. With our beloved Aegon, wherever it may be. I think I used up the rest of it. So our beloved Aegon covering up it from here, so that way you don't have to see any funky wiring. So what's going to happen is that over here, this is going to be our very first step. We can place that here, and I already filtered it for sulfuric acid. And we can kind of route it towards the, well, the fluid interface. Meanwhile, for our normal interface, we're going to come over here, set with a normal filter, and here is where we are going to feed it salt. And we can request it in our interface right here, as well as our sulfuric over here. So if we set this to 2, or was it 1? It was 1. Okay. So you're gonna extract fluids into this, and then using this fluid filter, we're going to filter fill for sulfate. So that way, if you face it this way, it'll only send the sulfate. This hydrochloric and this sulfate, which we're going to blacklist the persulfate over here. So that way it only extracts the hydrogen. And then over here we'll so that should take care of the hydrochloric acid and the hydrogen. And over here we're getting pure persulfates, which will allow for the thing. And right up here, we're going to want the fluid filter for sulfuric. Actually, I have sulfuric right here. And then for item, what we're going to do We're going to have PVC sheets and copper foil. I'll grab like a good stack of each to kind of get it kickstarted. I'll grab like 8. So let's get you. This doesn't produce any other output, so we can turn off fluid output at least. We'll extract on blue items. And here, insert blue. So we'll do this. We'll do copper foil as well as the plastic sheets. So we're going to do insert brown. We're going to do extract brown. And there we go. That should be passive boards, albeit very slowly. And after a round of facading, oh, there's passive plastic circuit boards, which means we can take that off as well. And we've greatly increased our auto crafting infrastructure. Passive wise, we still have a couple things to do, like move or processing somewhere else that's not just here, as well as upgrade power, because these guys are probably about to be maxed out in terms of output. But yeah, we can save that for next episode, which might be another infrastructure thing, or I might just do it off camera. I'm not entirely sure yet. But anyway, I thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.